Good evening, everyone. It's Nick here, and I'm actually talking about a Russian movie. This is the second Russian bit of media that I've watched in as many weeks, as a matter of fact, the first being To the Lake. This one's called Sputnik. It is basically a science fiction thriller, and it was supposed to come out in 2020 at the cinemas, of course, pandemic and whatnot, so it didn't. It came out in video demand in Russia, and I think it was on Apple Play Store. I think it was the 5th highest movie to be watched in America in one of the months last year. And I'm actually quite surprised that I haven't heard of it, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll tell you why now. So what's it about? Well, it starts off with two cosmonauts coming back down to Earth from a Russian space station. And they then see something sort of crawling on the outside of the capsule. And wow, that is tense stuff. I will say one thing about this movie. It does have a lot of really great tense bits in it. It's not as bloody or horrific as Alien, which is a definite more horror-orientated movie compared to this one. But this does have some really great moments in it, and it has some certain charm that is certainly based in the fact that it's a Russian movie. So one of the both cosmonauts come back down to Earth. One of them doesn't survive, the other one does. His name is Konstantin, and he seems to have forgotten everything. Bring in Tatiana. Tatiana is a psychologist, I suppose, or a doctor, a physician, and she's brought in by the rather brilliant Colonel Sembredov. He's such a villain. He's brilliant in this. So he brings Tatiana in to try and sort of get to the bottom of what's going on with Konstantin. And the reason he brings her in is because she's willing to get anything done, because apparently she tried drowning one of her patients to make him not want to be around his mother. I don't know. That's very vague. I will say that some of the English subtitles in this were not great. I was like, what? But for the 99% of it, absolutely fine. You'll get through it absolutely fine. Anyway, so she comes into a secret base in just outside Moscow, and she starts interviewing Konstantin, and then realizes that Konstantin has an alien inside him. I thought to myself, please, how are you going to do this without making it feel like Alien or Aliens? And they did a really good job of that. So this little creature, which is beautifully done, the special effects in this are phenomenal. It almost reminded me of that stupid hissing thing in Prometheus. Remember that spitting vagina, I think they even called it, where the guy's like looking at the snake and it bites him through his visor. So it almost looks like that. And it comes out of him when he sleeps. And what did I say? It sort of grows from being 30 centimeters to 1.6 meters. And it has arms and legs and a tail. And it comes out for like an hour, and then it goes back into him. And just, yeah, it was really well done. And he doesn't know about this. He gets knocked out, and it climbs out of him, and bad things obviously happen in this show. So yeah, I don't want to say anything more than that, okay? Because that's enough for you. And you find out. I think you find out all of this in the first 20 minutes anyway. What comes from that is a really good relationship between Tatiana and Konstantin. I really enjoyed it. You really feel sorry for this guy because he's been kept away from his family. He has a son that he only found out about just before he was going up to the space station, and the son has now ended up in an orphanage. So there's a whole thing around that. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. There's some really great tense moments in it. A couple of jump scares, not too many. And yeah, one of the things I liked, as I mentioned just now, is how it definitely feels Russian. In a lot of American movies and stuff, you always have this sort of sense of hope, or like, you know, something's going to go right. But in this, is this sort of tense background. I can just imagine sort of a cello constantly in the background of this more negative approach, and dark. The colors in this are you're not going to get lots of reds. Well, maybe, but you're not going to get lots of yellows and nice colors in this. It's very, very downplayed. It's got lots of grays, white, blacks, browns, things like that. And it really works well with the background in this sort of secret organization that doesn't report to anybody. And doesn't care about human lives in any way because they want certain things. And like I say, that's a Russian theme really works. It's set like in 1983, so it's set quite a long time ago, or 84. And the costumes in this are great. It definitely makes you feel that you are, well, in Russia, I suppose. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I saw this on Amazon yesterday, and I sat down and watched it for my Sunday evening movie, and it really didn't disappoint. So I highly, highly recommend it. It's sitting on 89% on Rotten Tomato right now. While I think that's a little bit high, I would certainly give this a 7.5 out of 10. It's worth watching. Go and watch it.